Accept your own and be yourself.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad produced a paper called Muhammad Speak. And in that paper there was a picture of a black man in Africa and a black man in America holding hands. Why is it so important for us today to have a genuine relationship with our brothers and sisters in Africa?
Right. Well, first of all, Brother James, I want to thank you. Thank you for the work that you're doing for the community. And I pray to Allah that that work will continue.
Yes, sir.
It's important that our people get clarity on things, and they have programming such as yours that can reach our community and answer some questions that people may have. And those who take the time to look at the program, the best thing that they can do for you is to let you know that I'm looking, I support what you're doing, and keep doing it.
Yes, sir.
So I hope that I encourage your viewing audience to write you, to email you, and let you know that they're seeing your program. And this is a source of encouragement for you to continue.
Thank you, sir.
To answer your question, I know I took the scenic route, but it's to answer your question, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, being the visionary that he was, he knew that the future connection is with our roots, and our roots are in Africa. And if you remember or saw some of the Muhammad Speaks, he featured many stories on Africa when Kenya became independent in 1963. Beautiful color picture on the front of Jomo Kenyatta, the first president of independent Kenya. Ahmed Ben Bella, when Algeria became free, and Ahmed Ben Bella's address to the UN, he featured it, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. But he kept Africa in front of us. But this was at a time that the liberation struggle in Africa was going on. If we ratchet it up today there's a new scramble for Africa. For as far away as China, Canada, America, the European nation, there's an attack, I would say, and the attack on Africa is different today. It's for the tremendous wealth that Africa possesses. And whoever controls the wealth of Africa controls the future of the world. And they know this. This is why in many quarters they believe that AIDS did not come from green monkeys in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, but AIDS was the ultimate in biological warfare, and that AIDS was designed to decrease the tremendous population and the growth of population in Africa. Africa is a continent with nearly 900 million people, and the thing about it, that 50% of them are Muslims, and Islam continues to grow. And within the framework of Islamic teachings, birth control is not something that is very popular among Muslims because of certain cultural and traditional things. So that those populations grow. Egypt is already up to about 78 million people. The growth of Egypt, which is a Muslim country. When I first went to Libya, their population was 3 million. It has doubled. It's almost 6.5 million people right now. And if you look at these different countries and their population growth, it's unbelievable. So in comes AIDS, and AIDS begins to do tremendous damage on the population. The Central African Republic, there's an article in yesterday's New York Times about a doctor who's going back home to that country. It's a country of just a little over 4 million people. But because of AIDS and other things, the average person dies at 42 years old. Zimbabwe is losing over, some people say 5,000 a week, some say 5,000 a month. I don't know the actual figures. So there's a lot happening in Africa, and there's a movement to gain control of the wealth of Africa, and this is why you see the conflict that broke out in Sierra Leone, what happened in Liberia. Now it's Somalia and Ethiopia, the conflict in the Sudan centered around Darfur, what's going on in Zimbabwe, Cote d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast, that has been in complete shambles since Houphouët Boigny died, the president, the long-standing president. And if you just look around Africa in the problem spots, you can see that it's conflict. The recent election in the DRC, Democratic Republic of the Congo, where the election was won by Kabila, but the opposition did not accept the results, and that's a conflict. So I'm just trying to give you this overview. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in my mind, knew that we had to be connected. And where we come in, we're like in the scripture, we're like Joseph, sold in bondage by our brothers. We go into the most powerful country, which is Egypt. But we get the learning of the Egyptians, though we are slaves in their civilization, as Joseph went to jail. But Joseph emerged with the key to the granary. And there was famine in the home of his father and his brother. And Joseph had the key. The key is our ability to manage, our ability to put things together. The key is our ability to organize. We've built America for white folks. And now the same skills that we have used to build this country, our mother country is crying for those skills. So it's a marriage of necessity, though a difficult marriage. It's not a marriage of convenience, a marriage of necessity. And we must find a way to wed the great talent that we have in America to what's going on the African continent.
Okay, sir, as we talk about Africa, and we've been labeled as African American, but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches that we are the original people of the earth. That broadens it. We also should have a relationship to our brothers and sisters in Brazil and Venezuela. Is that true?
Absolutely. I was with Minister Anthony, my brother here, who is one of the great helpers of Minister Farrakhan, and I always love to come to Memphis because they treat me so well here. And I was talking about this in our meeting with the believers today. First, your first question, African Americans, is a term that we always have to look at. I use it many times, but I would prefer to say black people or Africans in the diaspora.
Yes,
And the word Africa, it has certain roots and certain ways that people look at it. But when you say African American, you could be talking about the people in Venezuela, or the black people in Uruguay, the black people in Peru, or Colombia in South America that many people don't know. They have a black community in Argentina and in Chile that most people know nothing about. So when you say African American, you could be talking about any of them because they come from South America and they're descendants of Africa.
Yes, sir.
But recently I was in Venezuela, most interesting trip. My 128th country in the world that I've visited. I'm proud of how many countries that I've been blessed to touch. And I found out about the black community there. But what is most interesting is that President Hugo Chavez has this tremendous push to connect Africa with South America. We know that some people say it's only 60 million black people in Brazil, but if you go to Brazil, they'll tell you it's 80 million of us, because those that are considered mulattoes and so forth, those that are mixed with black or got black blood running through their veins, 80 million people, the largest group of Africans in the diaspora anywhere to be found in the world is in South America, in the country of Brazil. In Venezuela, there's a tremendous black population that most of us have not seen. So Hugo Chavez sees the importance of South America making a meaningful connection to Africa. So within the next year to 18 months, he's opening 40 embassies on the African continent. He has 6 now, but he's going to add to that 40, which 46, there's 53 countries in Africa. And in Africa, only one of them speaks Spanish, which is Equatorial Guinea, but he's training people in languages and so forth. He has a tremendous Lebanese Venezuelan community that speak Arabic. So he's placing those in the Arabic-speaking countries, people from that community. But he feels that the future, the resources of Africa, and with the oil that he's blessed with, that the people of South America must connect with the African continent. The Chinese feel right now the same thing. The Chinese, the connection is not like the people of South America. The Chinese are looking for resources that they need in terms of natural resources, especially oil and other things that they need to turn the tremendous industry that is in China now that is turning out goods for the world. So Africa becomes the main focal point of the world today. And what we would hope is that Africans in the diaspora, especially those in North America, would make some meaningful contribution and connection to be involved with what's about to happen on that tremendous continent.
Okay, brother minister, there's a relationship between Memphis and Dr. Martin Luther King.